4:30. We're on Double Silk, twice a winner of the Fox Hunters at Cheltenham. We hadn't seen him out since his last run behind Fantas last March. And Double Silk already at the next fence. Jumps that one really well as well. And Tattlejack has come down there, a faller Tattlejack at the rear of the field when making that blunder. On towards the middle fence then down the back straight. Double Silk leading here, about 2 or 3 clear. Over that safely in second place was Jog Along. Jog Along is then followed through by How Are Your Son, who's improving on the inner. How Are Your Son is then in company with Merino Waltz and then Cape Cottage further back Dramard. And Dramard is then being followed a little bit further back in the field by Horn Player. But Double Silk, the leader over that, really stood off nicely and jumped it really, really well. Double Silk still about 3 or 4 lengths clear. At the other end of the field, well, we've got still struggling apparently, Sword Ash. He's struggling to go with them at the rear. And another one pushing along now is Rusty Bridge at the back end of the field. But Double Silk is our leader, turning back towards us for the first time, still well over a circuit to go. They're now on towards fence number 8. Double Silk is the leader then, from Jog Along in second place. How Are Your Son comes next, followed then by Cape Cottage. These are the leading 4. Merino Waltz is another 2 or 3 lengths in behind these, with Dramard and Horn Player, as Double Silk jumps that one really well. Hitting it hard in second place was Jog Along. Jog Along hit that one very hard indeed. Horn Player is finding the going very tough indeed out there now and being ridden along. But Double Silk leads then down towards fence number 9. Just about at halfway here. Double Silk from How Are Your Son, who's now gone into second place. How Are Your Son jumped really well in second as well. Jog Along came next, then Cape Cottage. Dramard comes next, and then Welsh Legion, who's improved steadily towards them. Merino Waltz comes next, then Horn Player. A big gap to Rusty Bridge, who's at the rear of the field now in company with Sword Ash, who's always been towards the back. So they're in line for home for the second time now, coming towards fence number 10. Next time round it'll be the last in the Golden Valley Hunters Chase. And it's Double Silk really enjoying himself today. Out jumped How Are Your Son there in the air. A really good jump from the leader. Double Silk then 6 or 7 lengths clear to How Are Your Son in second place. Then we've got Cape Cottage a clear third on the outside of Dramard, who's in 4th. Then Welsh Legion, who's making quiet progress, has done through the last half mile or so, into 5th place now. Jog Along back in 6th, and then Merino Waltz 7, Horn Player in 8th, and then we've got Sword Ash 9, and Rusty Bridge is the back marker last of all. So Double Silk over the next plain fence. Sword over that as well, from How Are Your Son in second place. Cape Cottage and Dramard are 3 and 4. Then back in 5th place and still being urged along to try and close on them is Welsh Legion. And these 5 have drawn a long, long way clear now from Jog Along and Merino Waltz. So can Double Silk keep it up? How Are Your Son is in second place, only about 5 lengths down as they come to the open ditch. The penultimate open ditch as well. They're over it, those two, clear of the field at the moment. In 3rd place, Cape Cottage. Cape Cottage tackled for that position now by Dramard, and then Welsh Legion. Nothing else really matters. Everything else is tailed off, with Rusty Bridge starting to stay on at the 1 pace. But already Double Silk is over the water jump for the final time and on towards the far side of the track. Double Silk leading, but How Are Your Son certainly well in touch with the leader in second place. There's 8 lengths then back to Cape Cottage, another 4 back to Dramard and Welsh Legion, and then a distance back to Rusty Bridge at the rear end of the field. Straightening up then for the 3 on the far side. Double Silk towards the first of them. Jumped well there from How Are Your Son. Cape Cottage next, then Dramard, and Welsh Legion made a mistake. These 5 remain a long way clear from Rusty Bridge. They're down towards the next plain fence, the middle one over on the far side. Double Silk towards it. Measured it again really well, but he hasn't yet shaken off How Are Your Son. Cape Cottage digging deep, trying to get into the races in 3rd place, then Dramard, and after these Welsh Legion. Down towards the final open ditch now. This will be the 4th from the finish. Double Silk on this really heavy ground, really testing out there, but he's giving his all at the moment. 3 lengths up on How Are Your Son, who's certainly in there kicking, fighting with every chance. How Are Your Son back in 3rd place. Cape Cottage also running on nicely. These 3 have now drawn away from Dramard, who's in 4th, and Welsh Legion looking held now in 5th place. Double Silk then has to hold off for the lead. There's 2 lengths between them as they turn out of the back straight then and approach the 17th fence. This is the 3rd from the finish. Double Silk from How Are Your Son and Cape Cottage also not done with yet. These 3 are now a long way clear. Double Silk then approaches the 3rd from home now. Comes in towards it. and jumped it really well there from How Are Your Son in second place. Cape Cottage now under pressure in third place, and Double Silk is 3 lengths clear now from How Are Your Son in second place. Cape Cottage now looking held back in third. Running slightly downhill into a dip now before the second last, and Double Silk being pushed along by Ron Treloggan comes towards it. And he got in a bit close, but How Are Your Son's gone in second place. He was 3 or 4 lengths down when he made that dreadful error and came down. Now a very remote second indeed is Cape Cottage. In fact, Cape Cottage is not even going to take the second last. It's a Dramard over it in second, but Double Silk has been presented with the race. Ron can just start to ease down on this leader, Double Silk. How nice to see him back. Let's just keep our fingers crossed that he gets over the last safely enough. Double Silk towards it. In a little bit close, but no problem really for Double Silk, and he's rewarded his loyal band of supporters with another very, very decent display here today. Dramard is in second place. A distance back in third comes Rusty Bridge. Rusty Bridge tries his heart out. He's in a different county today, but he'll, all being well, get third place as Dramard comes over it into second place, and Rusty Bridge in third. It's Double Silk the winner though of the races. The Golden Valley Hunters Chase goes to Double Silk. In second place Dramard, and crossing the line eventually in third will be Rusty Bridge. How wonderful it was then to see Double Silk back in action, jumping with all of his usual exuberance, and now a crack at a third. Fox Hunters Chase at Cheltenham is firmly on the cards in a month's time. Obviously, connections afterwards were really pleased. Jockey Ron Treloggan said afterwards he jumped like a stag, but desperately needed the run, where his owner Reg Wilkins also added that he's got his old spark back and will have one more run before we try for a third Fox Hunters. They'll bring the house down at Cheltenham if he can pull it off again in a month's time. So that was Double Silk back to form, the 11-10 favourite. Dramard second at 33-1, and Rusty Bridge third at 12-1.